with the thunder, baby, might just clap your crew.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Bulls of the Wall Trading. Here's another video for you guys. This is going to be my watch list for January 19th, 2018. For those new viewers that are saying, what is this channel all about? This channel is something that I created for new traders, to motivate people to trade, to motivate people to learn how to trade, and just to break that that stereotype that trading is just for really smart people and connected people. That's not the case. This is really simple, and my goal is to get you guys to see that and hopefully change the way you guys look at the stock market and hopefully get you guys to trade. That's really what I'm here for. That's really what we're all here for, and my community is to help each other out. I have a free chat room if you're interested in joining that. I will leave the link in the description of this video, and it's a really cool place to be in. We help each other out. It's just full of information. We got a lot of new traders in there, and you can just tell that they're learning and they're really appreciative of what we're doing. And I'm saying we because it's not just about me. I have members in there that help out other people when I'm busy and whatever the case may be. So if you're interested in trading, if you have questions, I suggest you check out our chat room. I am not a financial planner or a financial advisor. I'm never going to advise you to buy something. I'm never going to advise you to sell something. Everything that I discuss here is just my opinion. Whatever you do with that opinion, that is up to you. My goal is not to tell you what to buy and what to sell. My goal is to get you to understand how I think and how I view things and why I do things. That is my ultimate goal. If you're looking to get somebody to tell you what to do, this is not the place. If you enjoy these videos and you feel that you are learning, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. That means the world to me, and leave me thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. With that being said, we're going to get into this watch list, but first I'm going to go over the stocks that I called out yesterday in my watch list. We're going to see how they did today, and then we'll move into today's watch list. The way I do my watch list is I go over day trades first, then I move into swing trading. So stay tuned if you want to learn how to do both, or if you're interested in both, stay tuned. So the first stock that I had yesterday for day trading was AKER. I believe for this one I had my line drawn somewhere around here, 26 cents, I believe. Hold on. Oops. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So I think it was somewhere around here, 30 cents or so. So it reached highs of 36 cents in the pre-market, and then it just came tumbling down. When the market opened, it kept going down. So there was really nothing for us to do there. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to, and that's fine, because not everything is going to work out the way we want it to. The next one is AKS. We had our line right here at $6.80. So for day trades, what we want is we draw our line, and what we want is for the price to come up and cross that line with good volume. This stock, as you can tell, today it didn't go anywhere near 680. So this is another stock that it didn't do what we wanted it to do. CVO, here's another one. We had our line at 156. The stock never quite made it back up to 156. So another one that did not work out the way we wanted it to. ATOS, we had our line here at 39 cents, almost 40. Actually, it might have been somewhere around here, 36. We then would have moved it up to 39 because that would have been the new high. But as you can tell, the stock never quite made it up to 39 or 40 cents. So my stock picks from last night are looking horrible, and that's totally fine. I'm not gonna be some guy that's only showing or reviewing stocks that were good. If some of the stocks that I pick are horrible, I'm gonna go over that. That's just how I am. AUPH, we had our line right here. As you can see, there's another one. Never quite made it up. It was up there in the pre-market, but when the market opened, it just went down. If you're new to trading, these gray areas, this is the post-market. This is the pre-market. The dark black area, that is the actual market hours, the regular market hours. So AUPH was another one that did not work out. EXPR, jeez, am I gonna go over tonight? This was at 753. You can tell, same thing, never quite made it up. God, this is pretty bad. I'm sure somebody's watching this video for the first time and is like, damn, this guy sucks. LSCC, I think we said at 650, but again, I never made it up. And ICON, I think we gotta go. Okay, I was one out of really bad. I think when I made the video, we were at 149-ish or somewhere around there, or I said 150. If we would have kept up with this, we would have drawn our new line right around here at 160. And when that line, I didn't make much of a movement. The ideal placement would have been in here. Once it crossed it, it had not a lot of volume, but you still could have gotten in and just made a little bit of, actually it wouldn't have been that much. So it really didn't miss much. If you would have hung around, you would have made 8 cents, 7 cents, or I'm around there, but no big deal, nothing really good. So my stocks from last night were not all that great. You know, it is what it is. So let's look at the stocks that I have for tomorrow. So the first one is going to be GNC, and this is one that I called out this morning. Shout out to BizBoss, and man, the new member, I really have a hard time with your name, with your screen name in the chat. SSIG, or I don't know if I'm supposed to say that a different way, but I was talking to them this morning and I was watching GNC, and I told them probably at like 9 o'clock, watch GNC, and it took off. So what I did is I saw this movement right here, so I drew my line at the high of the pre-market, which was right here. You can tell right here, and I drew my line and I said, all right, well, when the price crosses that line with good volume, we're gonna go for a wild ride. And look at what it did. As soon as it crossed with good volume, it took off, and you could have rode that from, let's say, $4.42, somewhere around that range, to $5.42. You would have made a whole dollar if you wanted to stick around for this whole ride. You could have gotten out, you know, at $5 or, you know, $4.70, whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you hung around, you would have made it all the way to $5.42. So shout out to those guys that were paying attention and in the chat room in the morning when I called it out. The reason I have it again, or the reason I have it tonight, is because it made new highs at 542. So I would either draw my line at 542 or at 550, because that's a $0.50 amount, so just be careful. I would much rather have it at 550, so I'll keep it at 550. You guys decide what works best for you. So again, with day trading, momentum day trading, we want the price to start coming up and cross our resistance line with good volume, which you will see here. And if it happens, hopefully it will have another big run like it did right here. Our line was right here because this was the high, and as soon as it crossed it, look at the volume and then look at the jump that it made. That's all we're doing when it comes to day trading. So GNC, I'll have my line at 550. The next one, RCON. This one's at 350, and this is a perfect example of the whole and $0.50 resistance points. So it's no shock or it's no surprise that this stock went up and it didn't go past $3.50. Why? Because it's a $0.50 resistance. So if this stock can come back up tomorrow and cross 350 with good volume, just like it had good volume this morning when it made this jump, it could be an opportunity to get in. And again, this is all about volume and all about charts. You know, you got to have a good chart and good volume to go hand in hand for you to make a for you to act up on it. ICON, this one had a nice spike and it made highs all the way to $1.68. So that's where I will draw my line right there, and we want the same thing, the price to creep up, cross with good volume. Next is NVAX. This one's at 188, but keep in mind, actually no, it's kind of far away. It's at 188, but just keep in mind that if it does run, if it does go past 188 and it keeps going, you might see some resistance at $2. So just keep that in mind. XXII. This is probably the best one as far as day trading goes. Why? Because it had a big run and it's still moving after the market closed. So if I was looking at this one, where would you draw your line? If you said 397, you could, but it's very, very close to $4, which is a whole dollar amount. So I myself would feel more comfortable drawing my resistance line at the $4 mark. ONCS. This one's at 217. So look at this. The stock went up, made new highs to 217. It tried to come back up. It looked like it went up to 215. It got rejected. It came back up to 217 at around 320. You can see the time right here, 320, and it couldn't go through it. So this tells you that $2.17 is a pretty big resistance, and even after the market closed, it's hanging close to 217. So this one is right there, ready to make a move. Hopefully it can do it, and we'll just have to wait and see. The one thing that I do want to say is just because a stock crosses above our resistance line and has good volume, it's not a guarantee that it's going to run like crazy like GNC did. The stock could cross, go up, 3, 5, 6 cents, and then come back down. So you have to be aware of this. Just because it does everything you want it to does not mean that you're going to make a crazy profit. And HTGM. The chart doesn't really look all that good to me, but I do like the fact that it's still moving after the market closed. So I would draw my line at around 364 and just keep an eye on it. Alright, so now let's switch over to swing trading, and we're going to review the stocks that I called out yesterday. So we'll start with NGD. So we said for this one, we either wanted it to break this trend going up or come back and test its support. So it's still hanging in the trend. So there's nothing for us there. OPK. We wanted this one to turn green because it was hanging around the support line, but it actually broke through support and it closed under. So it didn't do what we wanted it to do. So we'd live to fight another day. BTG. We wanted this one to come down, keep coming down, and test this support right here, just like it did in this candle. And it still has a long way to go, so there is nothing there for us currently, at least for me. Just because I'm saying there's nothing there for my style of swing trading. Maybe you guys are seeing something differently, and that's totally fine. I'm just saying for my style of trading. Pandora is one that I've been going back and forth over the last several videos, and this one's just hanging around this support. It's not going down, it's not going up, it's just clearly chilling by this support. I expect this one at some point to start turning green and going up. If it doesn't turn green and it crosses this support going down, then I won't really look at it. But for now, it's still okay because it's just hanging out at that support. MUX. This one, we wanted it to break the trend to the upside, but as you can tell, it broke it to the downside. So there isn't much there. And STNG. Alright, this one, we wanted it to come down to support. It did come down. It's still a red candle, so I want tomorrow to see a green candle to finish the day. That will validate a bounce play. And if that happens, then I will consider getting in. But for right now, it's not it's not there for me yet, for my style. So now let me switch over to the ones that I have today. Again, I have Pandora just because of the fact that it's hanging around that support. At some point, like I said, I want a green candle. It's been hanging at support for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So, it's been just sleeping on that support. At some point, it's bound to go up, in my opinion. So it's just a matter of catching it when it does. JCP. Whoops. JCP, so this is the trend that it's in right now. It's coming down from the top and it's going up from the bottom. So it's trading in a range right now. We want this one to break above. Once it does that, then I think I'll give it a go. But it looks like it's gonna take a several couple days for it to do that. KGC. So I have several drawings here. I guess let me get rid of some of these so you guys can see. So this is the initial drawing that I had, and I think SIG was asking about this one a couple days ago. So we clearly have a support right here, as you can see with this blue line, and we clearly have resistance up here, as you can see right here. But within this trading range, there's also other patterns, which are the ones that I had. So there's this pattern. I have the wrong tool. So there is this pattern right here, which is going up, and then there's this pattern right here. So, if you're not too familiar with charting, this could get kind of confusing and complicated, but the best thing that I could say right now, let me take this off because it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. The best thing right now, it looks like it's getting squeezed into this little triangle. So if it comes down and touches this support and it bounces back up, it could be a sign for us to get in, just like it did here. So it came down, touched it, and it bounced up. So that's what I'm looking for right now. If it keeps going down, then hopefully this support, let me redraw it, then hopefully this support can catch it. So hopefully you guys can see that. The line that I drew here, it didn't look like it was going to happen anytime soon, so that's why I took it off. So let me redraw this so you guys can see the triangle that I'm seeing in my mind. Right there. So in theory, this is going to keep going, and at some point it's either going to break to the upside or break to the downside, or it can just break down here and hopefully we can catch it here. So it has several things that it can do, and that's why we have all the scenarios covered. HMY support is at 161, and we just want this one to keep coming down a little bit more, see a green day for us to get in, and hopefully for a good bounce play. VEON, this is another situation where I have certain lines drawn. It's trading in a range right now, so let me delete this one. So right now it's trading in this range, so it's right in the middle. It could either come down and bounce or come up and break this line, or it's currently in this trend right now. So if it was to break this trend, we could get in around here, but we could see some resistance at 414. So it really doesn't make much sense to have this line right here. So I'll just delete it and keep this right here. So hopefully you guys can see this is a clear support and this is a clear resistance. And right now, the best thing for us is for it to keep coming down and bounce off of this support. And the last one, GSAT. This one is looking pretty good. There's a support at 111. The stock closed out at around 115. So we just want a green day tomorrow by the close, and that will validate a bounce. So basically what we want is something like it happened here. 3 red days, it found support and it bounced. 3 red days, hopefully tomorrow it finds support and it bounces back up. So that's what we wanted to do. Let me check the chat room to see if anybody has any requests. Again, if you have any requests or if you want to ask any questions, if there's anything you want me to go over, I suggest you join the chat room and you ask away. Alright, so we have S. Sig. He has 2 stocks he wants me to look at as day trade. So the first one is NPHC. Okay, so this is just my opinion as Sig. You know, I'm never going to tell you what to do. I'm never going to tell you to stay away from something. This is just my opinion. The first thing that I see with this stock is this OTC, over the counter, which means this is not a good stock in my eyes. There's a lot of people that trade OTC. I'm not one of those people. OTC basically means that this company couldn't meet the rules of being listed in the big boy market, which is NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. So it went to this exchange, the OTC. So my theory is, why would you invest in a stock that couldn't hang with the big boys or couldn't meet its criteria? That's just me. Not saying that you have to follow that rule. Now, if this was a regular stock, if this was a NASDAQ stock, I would look at the chart and say, you know, it had a nice jump, but after that it kind of died off. If I was still looking at it, I would put my line right here and do the same thing. Price moving up, crossing with good volume, and then get in. The only thing about this one is that it's not even a penny. You know, it's way cheap, way cheap. So I'm not too comfortable trading those kinds of stock. Again, that's just me. Does not mean that you have to walk away from it. If you do your research and you feel it's a good one, by all means go for it. But me personally, for my style of trading, as soon as I saw this OTC, I wouldn't even consider it trading. But again, that's just my personal opinion. And the next one is GE. Whoa. Yikes. Yeah, I really do not know what you're seeing in this one. And again, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. What I see right now, this is in a clear downtrend. You know, this is just coming down from $18 to $16. For my style of day trading, there's really nothing that I see that would tell me I have to get in. Even today, you know, it opened at $17 and it closed at $16, so it lost $1. And you know, it's going like that. I don't see anything in this stock that will make me consider a day trade. It's just going downhill. You know, if it was coming down and then it would go back up and then come down, then maybe. But it just came down. It hung around, down, and it's hanging around. So most likely this is gonna hang around again tomorrow and go down again. So just be careful with this one. I personally don't see anything here. That's just my opinion. And you know, look at the news. Stock retreat from record highs as government shutdown worries weigh. So that's another thing we have to take into account, is the government shutdown. But as far as this one, I really don't see anything here. Let me check to see if there's anything else. Nope, that's about it. Alright, so that's about it for this video, guys. Again, this is for January 19th, 2018. I hope you guys are learning. Again, if you are, please do me a favor and hit the like button. Please do me a favor and subscribe. Check out the free chat room if you haven't done so already. I'll leave the link in the description. Thank you everybody for the support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the positive feedback and for the positive criticism. Good luck in the markets. Have a great weekend, and I will see you here again next week. Later.